Although the Emperor of China had more treasures and wealth than anyone could possibly count, nothing was more precious to him than the clockwork bird. It held such a special place in his heart that the Emperor let it sleep on a soft velvet cushion beside his bed. And it wasn't only the Emperor of China who had a deep affection for him. Kings, queens, and emperors from all over the world had heard about the amazing bird and had sent him lavish presents. The most exquisite little golden caskets and priceless jewels were piled up around the famous bird's cushion. Every night the bird would sing the Emperor to sleep with his familiar little song, and within a few weeks the Emperor knew the song off by heart. The Emperor enjoyed the nightingale song so much that he often hummed along to the tune. But one night, when the Emperor was just dozing off and the nightingale was singing its familiar song, there was a sudden clanging sound. Whirr! Clang! Bang! Went the bird. All its cogs whirred round, and then it was completely still. "My lovely little nightingale, what is wrong?" cried the Emperor as he leapt out of bed. And then he rang the bell and called for his chief courtier. "Fetch the court physician!" cried the Emperor when the chief courtier arrived. But when the physician appeared, there was nothing he could do. "Fetch the royal watchmaker!" said the Emperor to the chief courtier. When the watchmaker appeared, he took one look at the bird and muttered, "This bird is going to be difficult to fix." After much muttering and tinkering, he finally mended the bird, and then he gave the Emperor this stern warning. "If you play it more than once a year, it may never work again." So the Emperor kept the bird as an ornament and daren't play it again. A year later, the Emperor fell ill. He became so ill, in fact, that he could hardly get out of bed, and he soon turned into a very grumpy old emperor, as he didn't have many visitors to talk to, and talking was his favorite pastime. Because he had so much time to himself, he was haunted by the song of the clockwork nightingale. The familiar tune kept creeping into his head, and he just couldn't get rid of it. "Oh, how the tune of that wretched bird haunts me," he said, as he tossed and turned under the bed covers. "If I could get the tune out of my head, I'm sure I could feel well again." And as he spoke, he heard the sweetest sound coming from outside his window. He looked outside, and there sat his old friend, the real nightingale. Suddenly the Emperor's head was filled with its delicate silvery notes. "I thought I was going to die, but you have saved my life, little nightingale. Keep on singing and never stop. Your song is 1,000 times sweeter than the song of the clockwork bird." The nightingale continued to sing, and the Emperor soon felt much better. The clockwork bird's tune went out of his head completely. "I am so glad that you came back to our kingdom," said the Emperor to the real nightingale. "I must confess that I was dazzled and fooled by the clockwork bird's glittering coat. How can you ever forgive me?" "You have already paid me the greatest honor by shedding tears when I sang for you," said the nightingale. "I don't bear you a grudge." Then the nightingale flew from the branch of the tree and perched on the Emperor's finger. And as the nightingale continued to sing his song, his gentle warbling lulled the emperor into a deep, deep sleep. The nightingale stayed at the emperor's bedside for the rest of the night, and at sunrise the emperor was woken by the birds singing his beautiful song. He was so happy to see him sitting there, and he turned to him and said, "You see that clockwork bird over there? Every time I look at it, it reminds me what a fool I've been. I must get rid of it." "Don't do that," said the nightingale. "It hasn't done you any harm." "Oh, what wise words you speak, little nightingale," said the emperor. "You are right to tell me to keep the bird. And as for you, you are welcome to roam freely throughout my palace whenever you like."